Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good night, everyone. Welcome to another live stream World Championship Series Part 3 Road to Budapest. And guys, Jamaica is the Jamaican team rather. They're in Hungary and they are ready. So we ready for the road. All right, so I just want to welcome all my first timers. You're joining us for the first time. I just want to welcome you all. Welcome my regular people. Welcome regular lifestyle fans, my supporters. Thank you guys for always being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If it's your first time joining us, do remember to go subscribe. All right, we're aiming to get to 1,000 and beyond. All right. So, and we want you to go ahead and share the live stream, like, comment. All right. So, tonight we're talking Road to Budapest. We should have two special guests coming through. All right. We should have two special guests coming through tonight. So, let's see how that work out. Wade,
Hey, Sunset.
what's up?
I am good, and you?
I am fabulous. Fabulous. It's like
That's
what?
good.
9 days. Nine
9
days to
days.
go. So I am excited. We're almost there. World Championship in Budapest, Hungary. So, how has your week been?
It's been a good week. I mean, as everybody prepare for the championships, less and less meets are happening globally. We still have those 1 and 2 meets happening. So it was a good week. It was a good week for the Sunshine Girls. It was a good week for the Reggae Girls. Despite both not advancing any further in their respective competitions. It was a good week for 876 Black, Green, and Gold. We just completed the Pan Am Games. So, of course, yes, Sunset, and I like the fact that you did not send the dress code this week again. But okay, Sunset, I guess next week we will just know the writing on the wall says just wear your black, green, and gold.
It's road to Budapest, so you don't know we gotta roll out the
Black, green, and gold. 876.
that's correct. Yes, so indeed, it has been a good week for Jamaica and Jamaicans and the ladies. I have to put that out there. It has been a very, very good week for the ladies. The Sunshine Girls. We got bronze medal, which is a big thing in the World Cup.
The first in 16 years. We have
16
medal.
years. Right. So, that's indeed a big thing. And it has been for the reggae girls, they have been, creating history every time they touch the field. And I am super proud, and Jamaica is super proud of our athletes. So, of course, guys, I want you to go into the comments and drop some love for the ladies, drop some love for our Jamaican athletes, you know, the footballers and the netballers. And of course, again, we're going to big up the volleyballers, because they went out there and they did their thing. I know that we big them up before, but we want to big them up again.
I mean, even
Right?
Sunset, I remember sometime earlier this week seeing a post on the minister's website, her social media platform, that the Jamaica lacrosse team has qualified for the World Championships.
Here we
So
go.
we are even getting into places that we've never been
I've
before.
never been before. Exactly, exactly. So Jamaica land we love, regardless of everything else that's happening. Sports has always been, that vehicle that brings us together as a nation. And we just want to tell our athletes thank you. You
Most
know,
definitely.
I
From a
can play
grateful.
I can play football. Netball not so bad. Track and field definitely not so bad. Lacrosse, I don't have a clue as and our athletes, they're going out there and they're
I
doing
mean,
their thing. So,
Sunset, as track and field people, let us have a little conversation, you and I. So if
uh-huh.
I should come to the stadium to see your name on the start list, which event would it be for?
Definitely 400-meter hurdles.
400-meter hurdles.
Yes.
All right, all right.
Definitely. I think
Running
if
what?
I if I
Running 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
no, no. I think if I settle down and I get a good coach and I get into farm. I mean, I can give Jellyby a run for money. I think I can even give Sydney a run for our money.
The sky is the limit.
Of course, of course. So, but
Sunset is the limit.
yes, for hurdles it is for me. There's just something about the hurdles that once you get to the finish line, just hurdling, it's just a beauty. You know, as they would say, poetry in motion. It's
Porsche,
just
Porsche in motion.
beautiful. I love the hurdles. I love the hurdles. And I think I'm getting to love triple jump. You know,
Jaden
sometimes
is rubbing off on you.
not just Jaden, but I mean Shanika. Sometimes when I watch her, I'm like, wow. It's a beautiful event. But we're gonna talk sports tonight. I'm waiting on, but we're not gonna wait on Davian, and we're hoping that our two guest analysts show up tonight for us. But wait, talking about me, what about you? Which event would you line up in?
Definitely the 400 meters. I've had a run at it in the past, so therefore, definitely the 400 meters. I look forward to it. And by extension, the 4x4, I think of all the relays, the 4x4 is definitely the relays for me. I guess maybe that's why last week I asked a 4x4 question that nobody can answer. I feel so bad.
We apologize, people. We definitely apologize that no one was able to answer that question. We apologize. We're gonna give an easier question
But we're gonna
tonight.
have to post the answer in the chat though, Sunset. No man, we have to educate the people. We have to post the
Yes,
answer in the chat. So
we're
as
going
we
to
get
post
into
the
the
answer.
program and the live build up more, then we will reveal the answer and ask a new question.
Yes, we're gonna give away two $500 credits tonight for whichever network it is. And I just want to say big up to Flo Jamaica, for highlighting the post that I posted on Instagram, and tagging them. So Flo, if you want to give us some credits to give away next week, then you don't know, just give me a link in the DM.
Drop in
But
your
thank you
DM.
so much. Thank you so much for the shout out, Flo Jamaica. Did you sell? Not leaving you out. You can come on board. You can come on board. All right.
The
So
more the merrier.
of course, definitely, definitely. Welcome, Monique. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. So, guys, do remember to subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We need your subscription. We can't do this without you. All right. So, we want you to share. We want you to subscribe. We want you to comment. We want you to like up the videos. Go, as a matter of fact, and start liking this live right now. Start sharing the live. All right. We need your support. So, Wade, where are we gonna start today? I'm letting you lead today. Where are we gonna start?
I mean, there were a few topical news in the field of track and sports. So, I mean, of track and field, we didn't. A lot wasn't done on the field, but a lot was done about the field. Shanae Miller-Weber, looking to defend her title. She has been
Uh-huh.
named on the Bahamian team to the World Championships, looking to defend her 400-meter world title. Um, that's pretty interesting considering that Shanae Miller gave birth just 5 months ago. So therefore, it's a little interesting to see how she will go over the event. I know that a lot of persons have concerns about it, the mere fact that she just gave birth and if she will be informed to actually run, especially with the likes of Sydney McLaughlin, who has changed from her petty event, the 400-meter hurdles, to the 400. So it should be interesting to see exactly how that one pans out. I have no comment really on her desire to do the event. I will just sit back and watch. She's one of those athletes that you can never rule out, but you can never rule against either. Do I think she's in the front? I think that race will be won in about very low 49s. Do I think Sydney is in 49? Do I think Sydney is in 49 shape? Yes, she is. Do I think Shawnee Miller Weaver is in 49 shape? I wouldn't say that after giving birth 5 months ago and not racing. We know she participated in her national championships doing the heptathlon with her sister. But as it relates to preparations for a championship after giving birth, that's risky territory. I mean, Alison Felix took some time after about a year. Shelley and Fraser Price took some time. A lot of persons who would have done it before, Nia Ali, all took about a year thereabout before they come back to the sport. So this will definitely be uncharted territory, and we look forward to see exactly what it has to offer and how it goes about to offer it as well.
Well, I mean, it is very, 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 and I can't stop saying very fascinating. Just the fact that she even thought about competing, you know? I mean, I heard about her competing at their national championship or trials, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, well, maybe she's just doing it because whatever." But then when I get to understand that she's listed on the team for the 400, I'm like, "Whoa, that's big."
That
So
is definitely big.
that's even gonna make it more interesting. The 400-meter, the defending champion showing up to say, "Look here, I am here." Right? Don't feel like you can leave the hurdles, Sydney, and come over here and dominate. You're gonna have to pass through me. You know, and I mean, I commend her for that.
Yes, certainly.
Because we can always, even speak about the others taking time off, but we really don't know the shape that she's in. And for her to put herself out there, it means that, she would understand where her body is, where her mental state is, and also, where her fitness is.
I
So
mean,
I
it's not that.
definitely have to commend her.
I mean, it's definitely not a bad move for Shawnee Miller because remember next year is an Olympic year.
Yeah.
Um, and so to use this as a part of her comeback for the 400 meters next year. We remember she had put out a statement that she wanted to focus on the 1-2.
Yeah.
But let us see exactly what she will have to offer for the 400 meters in 9 days.
Well, it's gonna be hot, people. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. I tell you, it's definitely gonna be hot. And of course, we want to welcome Tammy. Hi, thank you so much for joining. Big up yourself, Tammy, 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 and of course, Monique, who is always here. And big up everybody else on the live who is not commenting, but of course, you're sharing, you're liking, and of course, you're subscribing. So, you don't know, I want to shout out all my Instagram people. Thank you for the following. Thank you so much for the support. Big up my Facebook people, them. Big up my YouTubers, my YouTube fans, my YouTube people, my sporting people. Um, so big up, big up, big up, and do remember to subscribe. Help us get there, guys. Wait, Shelly Ann Fraser Price is out of the 200. She's focusing on the 100. I mean, she has been hinting for a while, to say, well, the 200 is not my thing. I'm not a fan of the 200, but of course, anything coach say, you don't know, I'm going to just deal with it. But I guess Shelly deal with coach this time and coach bend under the pressure and she's out of the 200. And
Um, no major surprise there that she is out of the 200 meters. She has said it publicly that she is not planning on competing in the event. For me personally, I think it's one of those things that I was hoping that she would have done, because I do believe that her start in that field, along with the finish of Gabby Thomas, will actually push Sharika more to get to that 21:33 that I have written down on my sheet. Everybody writing down their time, so I start writing down mine too. So, so she will definitely be missed from the field, because with such a rocket start, that will definitely give the field a run to actually go out there. However, we all have to admit it, Shelley is of a particular age, and at that age, to compete in the double might not necessarily be the best thing for her body. She is coming back from injury, as well as next year. She is every athlete has to look to next year. So
yeah,
therefore, not a bad decision that she has decided to switch up a little bit and not focus on the 200-meter this time around. So therefore, she's putting all her eggs in one basket. I think that should be a steep reminder to the field that, hey, she is coming to defend her title and she's not going to play. Earlier today, I looked at her. She made a post today on social media, posting one of her races that she won, and I think her comment was, some of her age and experience, she knows what to do to get to where she wants to go. The post was something to that effect. So therefore, that tells you that Shelley is preparing herself. She will be drawing on her experience from previous championships, and she will definitely be coming and putting her A game out there and going for a 15th World Championship medal, which would be the highest medal for any Jamaican overall, if she would be successful. And I do believe that she will definitely be on the podium in the 100 as well as in the 4x100 meters.
yes, I believe so too. Tammy says, I don't think Shelly has nothing to prove, anything to prove. The fact that she's even still in, you know, I mean, the fact that she made another world championship team, that's a big deal,
That is
you
very
know.
good. That
Yeah,
is I agree with Tammy on that.
that's a big deal. But wait, Shelly is out and we have a surprise. Ashanti is in.
Um Not a surprise, because she finished, I think she finished sixth at the championship. And so it is definitely not a surprise. We will definitely have to fill that gap on the team. I want to shout out J3 as well, because before, years gone by, we would just bring an exact team and then our athletes would not be showing up. And there it would have been for the hope. So therefore, J3 is went ahead this time. They were proactive and they actually got some alternates to place in the event. So Shelly Ann pulling out open ways for Ashanti Moore. This is her first major championships. I know her better as a 100-meter runner, but she is one of those runners that you cannot underestimate. She has a very good coach in Tanya Buford Bailey down there in Atlanta. She actually coaches with the likes of Gabby Thomas as well as others. So therefore, she's in good form. She is running well. It will definitely be a challenge for her, because she will definitely have to run a race for her life to make it even to the finals. But I mean, the opportunity on a global stage, as
Yeah.
an athlete, especially a young athlete, is very
Yeah.
good. So congratulations to Ashanti Moore on making it for the 200 meters to represent Jamaica. And all the best. Just go out there and leave it all on the track. And I'm sure it will actually yield some good results. Even a new PB or even making it to the finals would be a great accomplishment.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Kudos, Ashanti. You know, you always see her on her social media platform, posting, doing her stuff. So, she's always out there running and aiming high. So it's a good look. It's a good look. Hi, Davian. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining.
Hi guys, it's a pleasure once again being back on the show. I hear you guys talking about Ashanti, so I'm supposing you guys have gotten fully into the new list that would have been released earlier today.
Right. So Shelly's out and Ashanti is in. That's where we were. You have anything you want to
Yeah,
add?
man. Not surprised, not surprised. I mean, we would have said from a couple of weeks ago there might have been a few changes on the 200 meters team. But I would not have um, predicted that it would have been so many changes that Ashanti Moore would have actually gotten the selection as well. Because remember, Shelley would have run at trials, would have finished, I believe, second to Sherika Jackson. She's not going to do the 200, confirmed that she's not going to do the 200, so her place would have gone to someone else. Then would have had eligibility would not have been completed just as yet for her to compete in that event. So, I mean, for me, those two were not really a surprise per se. And I would have mentioned those two a couple of weeks ago that those two might very well, no, they finished in the top three at trials, they might very well not represent Jamaica in the 200 in Budapest. What surprised me a little bit was Sashemi Forbes because originally she would have been down to be the alternate in the 200. So when Shelley pulled out, many people thought, well, Sasha Lee is the alternate. She's going to get that 200 spot. However, I mean, for her, doubling 100, 200, I thought that would have been a bridge too far. So I'm happy that her coach, Maurice Wilson, has made the wise decision and selected her just to do the 100 and not the double. I think that will help Jamaica's 4x1 chances because she is a relay demon. So if she gets on that team, it means that we'll have somebody who's going to run a good leg regardless of where she's placed. I again would have been a little bit concerned had she been doubling. So her not doubling, I think puts her in a better spot to put out a good performance for Jamaica on that 4x1 team. Also with Ashanti, with the inclusion of Ashanti more in the 200 meters, it provides Jamaica with even more personnel, even more firepower. We have, I think, about eight ladies there now who potentially can make up that 4x1 team. So you potentially can see one team in the preliminary rounds and another team in the finals. Not
Yeah.
necessarily something I would do, but you look at it, Sharika, Shelley, Brianna, what am I forgetting? Elaine,
Elaine.
Ashanti, all of those, yeah, all of those girls, Sasha Lee Forbes, Natasha Morrison. We're bringing everybody. We're bringing everybody to Budapest, and I think because of that, we'll have a strong core. And because of that, people won't be too particular about which leg they want to run because they know that, hey, if I slip, I slide because there's going to be so many ladies who are going to want to be on that 4x1 team. So you just got to work with what you get. And yeah,
That
I'm
record
happy. I'm
breaking
happy
four
that
by one team.
we're mhm. Yeah, man. I mean, World record. I think we're probably going to be short of that unless Elaine Thompson Hera is in Elaine Thompson Hera mood and back to her best, which I don't believe she will be. I think the goal for Jamaica is to get the goal. I've heard a little bit about some troubles in the American camp, which I don't want to speak about. We don't want any stray shots firing over
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
We're good over here. We're good over here. So we're not talking about the not so much. We're good over here.
They'll
We
figure
have
it
a strong
out.
core. Yeah, let them figure it out. We don't care
Let
about
them
that.
figure
We
it
have a
out.
strong core of ladies who are, yeah, man, let them figure it out. We have a strong core. We'll work with that core of ladies, and I'm pretty confident that the coaching staff will get the lineup right, will get the final four right, and we'll be able to put out a strong performance in the finals. Bottom change is important, though.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Davian. Um, I we're gonna. I'm not gonna jump to where I want to jump to yet. But I want to look at the 200 men. I don't remember if we touched on it last week. I don't think we did. But I want to touch on the 200 men and not just the Jamaican athletes, right? I want to go wide because I saw a post, I think it was yesterday or today, and it Noah Lyles says 19.10 for the 200. So not only is he planning on breaking Usain's record, he's about to shatter that record and set it where it's gonna stay for a very long time.
Sunset.
Yeah.
Were you wearing your glasses when you saw that post?
Yeah.
Um. All right then. So I don't know if I saw the post. I read it and I was like, okay, and I just went ahead. Noah Lyles' PB at 100 meters is 9.94, and he ran that 9.94, I think, 5 years ago, if memory serves me right. He ran at the American Championships and he was able to qualify in the third place position, running, I think, 10 seconds flat, if memory serves me correct. I'm gonna go ahead and double check the stats on that one. So far this year at 200 meters, he has gone out to 19.47, and that 19.47 he attained by running like cats and dogs away from Tobago of Botswana. Noah Lyles is nowhere close to the times that he has put down on paper. Those are aspirational goals, and we commend him for that. But in terms of execution to get to those times, we wish him all the best.
Because we have a 19-year-old from Botswana,
He's
and
20. I think he's 20
he's
this year.
20 now.
Tobago is
He's
20 this year.
swinging
Yes.
20.
Yes.
swinging some serious batting up in that 200. So Renee says that's not happening this year.
Hey, Renee in the chat.
Tammy says mode cut crossway for say. Let me just show the people what Tammy attack, the things that Tammy are saying now. Because Tammy attack the things that know people. Tammy said mode cut crossway for say anything. My take on it is I love people's confidence, always serves them justice on the track, but arrogance is a heck of a thing that can blind one of the truth. So I am looking. I'm going to be wearing my glasses for that 200 because I don't want to miss anything.
I mean, Sunset, overall, looking at the 200-meter field, it is going to be interesting. And one
Sure.
has to look at it from the perspective that the Olympic champion, Andre DeGrasse, never made it in his 100-meter team at the Canadian Championships.
But it's
The
in the
man
train.
came and ran 20.0, looking easy,
Yeah.
doing it to win the 200 meters at the Canadian Championships. He is a person who knows how to make a podium. He is out of the
Yeah,
100 meters, only entered for the 200 meters. Those are very fresh legs compared to a Noah Lyles who
yes,
will be coming out of the 100.
that is
You
correct.
have Tobago who is also doing the double. He has qualified for Budapest in the 100, 200, and 400 meters. At 20 years old, he's running very well. As a
Second
younger
man running.
athlete, he is running for the passion of the sport. He has a lot to prove coming as the double world junior champ, under 20 champion, coming to the senior level. You also have the fellow Americans. You have Knighton, who is running very well for his age group, tearing apart several of Usain Bolt's records. You have Kenny Benarick, who is also running very well. You have a few other Africans as well. There are two South Africans that are doing very well. When you get to the 200-meter championships, what you are going to have is a good field assembled where everybody will have to run. That race will not be won though in 9.4. I think the fastest that race will go is 9.42, and I'm putting it out there to say 9.42. But to get to a place of 19.9, that is not possible. Noah Lyles ran 19.30 at the US Championship last year, and he was not able to replicate or go close to that at the World Championships. I'm
David,
not sure what
anything you want to ask?
Davian is giving
Yeah.
facial expression like Mr. No comment.
Listen. You have hit the nail on the head. I don't even think Noah Lyles realizes what he's saying. He has not a clue. Um, 19.9, 19.19, sorry, 19.19. That is not a boy time. That is a big man time. You have to be to go past that. Um, and I think when I look at Lyles, there are two things I want to say in regards to that. One, I don't see where it's improved, right? The 200 is about speed, so you have to have lots of speed, and you also have to have lots of endurance. So your 100, your 400, your speed, your endurance come together to give you a good 200 meters runner. I haven't seen anywhere, no indication where Nohan Lyles has improved his 100 meter speed. I haven't seen anywhere either where it's improved his endurance. So to say that, boy, I'm going to come out here and run 2 tenths faster than I've ever run, based on what? Based on just feeling it, feelings and emotion, and feel like I can get it. No, you have to show that improvement before I can say yes. I think you're going to get it. Not saying that it is impossible, but I haven't seen where he's put up the kind of time. Maybe if he runs a 9.8 or a 9.7, I can say, all right, then there is the improvement. There's the warning shot. There is the indication that he's gotten better at one aspect. So the overall result will be better. I'm seeing it really. The second thing I have to say to that is that he is going to find out what a double is about. As that 100 meters will be it now go normal. You to get to the finals of a 100 meters, Nohan Lyles probably will have to run close to his personal best to get to the final. Not a medal, to get to the finals. Because so many guys are now coming on, and they're not necessarily running 9.7s, but we have so many guys at the low 9.9s. Rowan Watson coming, Oblique Village back, Fred is back, Omanyala, Tobago, Timbini, um,
Zanel Hughes,
yeah, Daniel Youth. That's the name I was struggling to
the
find right there.
fastest
So
accountant
we
in
have
Britain
so
as
many
well.
guys. There you go. So we have so many guys who are running relatively fast in comparison to Noah Lyles. So if he makes it to the finals for the 100 meters, it means that he would have ran close to his personal best in the semifinals. He then has to repeat that to
And do better.
try to medal in the 100 finals or do better, because I think the medals in the 100 finals is going to look similar to what we saw at the Olympics 2021, where we just saw a bag of people just all season, no nine sevens from them. I would just saw Marcel Jacobs and all of them just dropping 9-8 all over the place and 9-7. I think everybody's saving that for Budapest. So I think we're going to have some very fast time. So he's going to probably have to break his personal best in hopes of winning a final. And then after that, he's going to have to come back and
To
do
do the
pretty much the
200.
same thing in the 200. In the
Not
200,
possible.
because the grass is coming back. The grass is coming back. Aaron Brown is still there. Tobago is coming up. So you're going to have to run probably 3, 4 hard races before you get to your 200 meters record. That is not a boy thing. You're saying Bolt's record is not boy something. Listen, 19.9 after 6 rounds of 100, 200 is not a boy thing. So I'm not going to boy up you see anything and say, yeah, man, I'm not going to run 6 rounds and just broke that. So it is an almost impossible feat.
We will pray for him, though. We'll
So
pray for him. We'll pray
we're
for
going to
him.
firm. Listen, many people have tried to match Usain Bolt and end up on the surgeon's table. So be careful, be he careful, be he careful. Do not try to match or surpass the man. Go out and do your best, and your best is good enough. Don't try and
And
most
one day
people,
your best will allow you to match up.
yeah, man, don't try put the same thing in a your thing. You do your thing, be who you are. Don't think about the record. Go out and run fast or whatever. But you see,
Leave
many people don't
19.19
understand.
alone.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Stop predicting. Stop pressure upon yourself and talk about you're going to run this and that and that. And even the youngster, you mentioned night one coming up, putting pressure on himself, talking about 18.99. Even if it's in the back of your head, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I see lots of athletes come out and talk about that. And me personally, I don't like that. I would rather you say, hey, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to put my best out there. You don't put the pressure on yourself, because even if you do your best and then he goes and run 19.27 and that is his best. Everybody are going to say, so Barty, what to the
The
19 one?
19.
What go
Yeah.
on? What go on
Like
to the
like
18.9?
like Sharika, don't reveal it until you said you do it.
Yeah, man. When you do it, then you pull out the paper and say, see it there? I
Yeah.
wrote it on paper. I
Yeah.
prayed over it. This is me.
Yeah.
That is how I want it to be done. Just like the whole Sherika do it. Then you come and talk.
Wait, I want to drop a question before we go any further. Drop a question. But before we drop the question, we're going to put the answer in the comments.
Also, the answer to last week's question, which was the question was, which year did Jamaica first won the 4x400 meter for women and which world championships? It is 2002 in Edmonton, Canada. The team of Sandy Richards, Catherine Scott, Peter Gay Dowdy, and Lorraine Fenton won in Edmonton 2001. So all the persons saying 2003, they were extremely close. Monique never bite the bullet because I said to her to go back a little further. She never bite the bullet. However, this one is going to be pretty easy. This one is about one of my most favorite athletes. I'm giving you the year, so just run over to YouTube or Google and just tell us what time did Veronica Campbell Brown run to win her first 100-meter world title. So, what time did Veronica Campbell Brown run to win her first 100 meters world title. I said Davian going back in the history books of his brain, but it is
Yeah,
pretty
man.
pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty simple. And I remember it. It was a
Interesting
magical
race,
moment for
Don't
right?
me.
mention the
Yeah,
answer, no,
very.
Davian.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not mention the anthem. I'm just saying. I'm reminiscing on the race. I'm reminiscing on the race. I mean, it was a. Can I say that? Can I say it was a tight race? It was a tight
It
race,
was
right?
beyond it was beyond tight.
Yeah, tight. Yeah, man.
She found a top end speed there from 40 meters to 100 meters. That was impressive.
All right, people. So
Hey,
guess
I tell
what?
you, man. Veronica
Answer the
came the broad.
question.
They knock me them when them just and I'm looking at them. I'm like, woo!
Yeah,
And the
yes,
knock me does
yes,
whoosh, and I'm like,
yes.
yes,
That's our girl. So guys, come in the jump in the
yeah,
comment
man.
section and jump in the comment section and ensure that you answer the question.
Renee is not qualified to answer the question.
No,
Sunset,
she's not.
can you
Renee,
yeah, can
Renee
you block
answer the
Renee?
question. Let
No,
me,
she hasn't, but Renee can't answer the question.
no,
No, Renee won't give an answer. She's not qualified. Wait, what's up with Nafi Thiam? Did I call the name correct?
Yes, her name is Napitiam. She is the heptathlon champion
Yeah, what's up with her?
from Belgium. She is also the world record holder, actually. She made a post yesterday that she won't be running, she won't be competing in Budapest because she had a minor injury, and she will be putting her preparations to the Olympic Games next year in Paris. I mean, this is a big blow for the heptathlon because this one was putting together to be a great show up between Hall from the United States of America, Catherine Johnson Thompson from the United Kingdom, and Napi Thiam. If persons have been watching over the years, the world title, Olympic title keeps shifting between Katharina Johnson Thompson of the United Kingdom and Napi Thiam. They one win this year, one win next year, one win this year, one win next year. But Napi Thiam has made it two because she has won the Olympic title as well as won the world title shortly after, and is now the world record holder both indoors and out. So that event is one like several others that will miss the defending champion and the world record holder. I mean, we are seeing some good news about Tommy Amazon. I know you didn't bring her up, but being the world record holder over 100-meter hurdles, we see the news is out that her hearing is scheduled for a day before the opening ceremony for the world championship. So if she is cleared, then she will be taking her spot in Budapest. And I am kind of happy for that. I have been following up with her case. I mean, I agree with the rules. Missing three consecutive tests is really against the rules. However, her situation is a little different because during those three periods, she has been doing competitions where she has been tested and she has been clear on all those tests. It's just that she has missed the official tests that ought to be done. I remember she performed here at the Racers Grand Prix and she was tested, and that was shortly before this came out. And so I'm hoping that she would be able to come out successful with this, and she can definitely take her line in the field to try to defend her title. That race is also one that will definitely be interesting.
Yep, definitely. That's the 100 hurdles, people. All right, so I am posting the question on Instagram because I want persons over there to come over here, come answer the question, right? I'm not seeing my guest analyst show up as yet. I got word that one was on the road and the other had a little emergency. So I am waiting for them to show up. Let's hope that they make it this evening. So there'll be no Nafi, and hopefully, because I was a bit concerned with when I saw the team for Nigeria and there was no Toby, you know. So I am really happy that she got she
Hmm.
should be able to have her hearing at least before her event, and fingers crossed, she'll be cleared and should be able to compete.
We know that
All
she
right.
hasn't been named to the team though. If she gets cleared, assuming she's cleared, would she still be able to run? Would she?
Yeah,
As
she's
a
the
defending
defending
champion, she would though.
She is the defending champion. Her spot
Right.
is
So
there, so
she
she
gets a
would be
bye.
allowed to run.
Right. Right. So there's still a possibility. And
Yes,
here's the thing the whereabouts violation, it is not as clear cut as a positive test. There have been and has been in the past situations where persons have been charged with whereabouts violations and they have managed to successfully argue their cases and get free. So I mean, for me, it's not if she can, as defending champion, still compete after that hearing if she's cleared. It's not. It's still a possibility that she would run. Because again, as I said, the whereabouts violation is not as cut and dry. People have been able to successfully argue in some situations that maybe one or two or even the entire three tests were really not my fault, or it's something, some external factor would have affected me and would have caused me to miss that test. So whereabouts violation is not as cut as and dry as, hey, your A sample or your B sample come back positive, so you're out. I think once we have A sample, B sample come back positive, that's it. I haven't heard of a situation where somebody A sample, B sample come back positive and they've been able to avoid even a public warning. A sample, B sample comes back positive, you're going to get some kind of sanction. With the whereabout violation, there are multiple cases, multiple um, instances where people have successfully argued that the whereabout violations were really not their fault. So again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I mean, for her case, Davian, I think what she has going for her is the fact that in between these violation misses, she has been tested because she was tested here at the Racers
Hmm.
Grand Prix. She has been tested at several
Hmm.
other places where she has competed, and
Hmm.
there is no positive test for her A or B sample. So it will show that even though she missed the whereabout violation, she's still clean.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that would, if you read the rules though, the rules doesn't really allow for that kind of argument. It's pretty much, were you where you say you were going to be? Did you miss these tests? I think what that argument about being tested in between comes in is if she gets found liable for these mistests, and then you get to know um, what you call it, sanctions. You can then say, hey,
All right, so it seemed like Davian is having some technical issues. We're gonna talk a little bit about the 100-meter hurdles men, since we're kind of in between a little bit of the women. We're gonna talk about the men. Wait.
I mean, the men's 100-meter hurdles in the sunset is one of those events that is going to be pretty interesting at the World Championships. I mean, currently the world leader is Jamaica's Rashid Broadbell, who ran a new PB of 12.94. That is extremely close to the championship record of Colin Johnson from the United Kingdom of 12.91. We have Grant Holloway, who is under the 13-second barrier as well. I think the American champion this year is under the 13-second barrier. I think he has run 12.96 as well. Um, no Devon Allen this year, but we have the Olympic champion, the Jamaican Hansel Parchment, who
Yeah.
Hansel never seemed to be running so well on this circuit, but yes, he shows up at a championship and he's doing pretty well. We also have our Jamaican Orlando Bennett, who ran a big PB to make the national team for the championship. We do have some notable names. You're talking about the new European champion from France, who has dominated French 100-meter hurdles this year, because the likes of Pasteur Lagarde, who is a staple in the French team, has not made it, having placed fourth to the new French champion, Sasha, who is actually running very well. He The hurdles is one of those events that you can always prepare for it, but you cannot predict what will happen,
That is
because on
correct.
any given day everybody is going to show up, and there are 10 barriers to get over to get to the finish line, and anything can happen between the 10 barriers. We have
Mm-hmm.
certainly seen it over and over and over again. I mean, can we see a possibility of the world record of Aries Merit at 12.80 being broken? It is possible, but as it is right now, I think it is somewhat of a wide open event in terms of who a clear winner is. Grant Holloway will definitely run to defend his title. Rashid Broadbell has a lot to live up to, being the Jamaican champion, running a PB, coming off of being Sportsman of the Year, where a lot of persons had question about it here locally, and being the Commonwealth champion. He's looking upward as he tends to do at any celebration. So I think for him, he will definitely go out there and do well. In terms of a clear favorite, I'm going to be very honest. It is hard to decide on a clear favorite, but I can tell you that at the top of the ticket, it will definitely be against Hansa Parchment, Rashid Broadbell, and Grant Holloway.
All right. Prediction early.
That's definitely what the top of the ticket is looking like now.
All right. I mean, Broadbell is definitely gonna go out there, and he's gonna put himself out there because he's hungry.
He's definitely hungry, running a PB in your national championships of 12.94. 12.94 is no joke time to run. That's the personal best of Hansa Parchment as well. So therefore, the Jamaican national record is 12.90 by Omar McLeod. So therefore, he is definitely in shape. We have not seen Grant Holloway gone as low as 12.95 this year. I mean, he's fully capable of doing so. We have not seen Hansa Parchment go below the 12-second barrier. I think his fastest time this season is 13.12. So it will definitely, everybody will show up to that final and put their best out in that final to make it. I'm hoping that, like the Olympics, we can actually do something extremely special. I was a little disappointed last year when Hansel did not turn up for the finals, having suffered some minor cramps there, and he didn't want to overextend himself to hurt himself, which is a good move for any athlete. So he too has a lot to prove, having last year been in form and had to come out of that finals just because of some injury. So it will definitely be an interesting race. The guys will definitely show up and they will definitely run to see who is going to be the king of the event this year. And the time will probably something special.
Yep, it's gonna be exciting. Um, we want to also look, and it's gonna be the last event that we look on before we go. The 400-meter hurdles for men.
You come out rolling with the punches tonight.
Yeah,
The 400-meter hurdles for men is one that I will be sitting down and watching with my two eyes open. I will not blink for the few seconds that race will be run. Last year we saw last at the Olympics we saw something very special. Last year at the World Championships we saw something very special as well. We are talking about 400-meter hurdles being run in 46 seconds. I mean, a lot of people over 400 meters are not running 46 as a PB, much less with 10 hurdles in the way. Um, the championship record is a very new championship record, 46:29 by De Santos from Brazil. That was the winning time that he had last year in Eugene. The world record by Juan Creston Barhom at 45:94, who is this year the fastest man over the event at 46.51. I've seen two races from the Santa from Warholm, and I can tell you that he is in spectacular form. He
yeah,
was out in an injury last year, and he was not able to put his best out there. Looking at him over the years and the type of athlete he is definitely one who shows up to win, not to compete. He
yeah.
shows up to win. Having missed out last year, he is going to come back and he is definitely going to put his foot out there. It is not going to be easy because so far this year, we have Roy Benjamin at 46.62. We have Kyron McMaster, who is from the British Virgin Islands. He has run a blistering new PB of 47.58. The Santos, who had surgery and came back earlier this year in his first race over the hurdles this year, ran 47.66 as someone who is coming off a surgery and injury.
Yeah.
Our own guys here, we have Rashawn Clark, who has run 47.85, which is the world under 20 record, and so close to the Jamaican national record of 47.60. We have Jahil Hyde at 48.45 this season. We have Asani Wilson at 48.50. What it tells you is that our guys, when you look at the top of the ticket to our guys are actually in form. What is going to be critically important is how well they manage the rounds. They will be up against guys who will be running fast because when you look at the Americans, all the Americans are running fast. When you look at the Europeans, a lot of them are also running fast as well. What is going to be important for our guys is to actually remain composed, run your own race. Do not go out there trying to beat a Costa Bar home. Do not try to go out there trying to beat a De Santos. Do not try to go out there to beat a Roy Benjamin in the semifinals.
Right,
Go out there and try to do your very best to make it to the finals.
right, right.
You make it to the finals, you leave your life on that track when you are coming off because that race is potentially going to see that world record breaking again because we have the three fastest guys in history lining up against each other, and they have some guys who has gone very well into their own PBs this season. It tells you that the event is one to watch. It is one that will be spectacular, and it was definitely one that will keep up. For me, I think that this event is the event of the championship. A lot of people are going to be surprised by that to say, what about the 100 meters? What about the 21.33 that Sharika is going to run? What about the 400 meters for women? What about any other event? For me personally, I will be watching the 400-meter hurdles for men with my eyes
Oh,
wide open and not even taking a blink. I believe the world junior record is going to be broken from Rashawn Clark. I definitely believe he will break that. Hopefully, he will also take Winthrop Graham's record of 47.60 as a national record. I believe if he is able to go well 47 and even possible to 46, and I'm saying possible to 46 times because I believe that young man not only has the determination, the drive, but he also has the discipline. So therefore, for me, I strongly believe that he can actually touch very low, 47, probably a 46.99. I am putting it out there, no pressure. As I said, go to the semifinals, run his own race. But I do believe he is the future of 400-meter hurdles for Jamaica. And he will definitely be some pressure for those guys at the top, the Custom Bar Home, the Santos, the Roy Benjamin, the Masters, the Maggie. He will definitely put those guys under some pressure. Maybe not this championship because it's his first global senior
Yeah,
championships.
that's right.
However, he is going to go out there. He is going to do what he needs to do and represent Jamaica. Well, Jahil Hyde is not someone that I've ever bet against, and I will not do so to this time around
That
either.
is true.
He
That's
will
true.
show up and do what he needs to do as well.
Yeah.
Again, this event is going to be the event of the championship at the World Championships.
So Davian, thank you, Wade. Davian, we were while you were out, we were talking about the. And remember, guys, I want you to comment your opinions. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know your thoughts. Davian, we were talking about the 110, and it's the last two events that we're going to be talking about. The 110 hurdles for men, and you would have jumped in when Wade was talking about the 400
400
for
hurdles.
hurdles. Yeah, which one is it that you want to take? Because we have the last couple of minutes before we close the show. You want to go 110 or 4?
Um,
I saw your face when Wade
oh,
was talking about the 400, so I think you should take the four hurdles.
I mean, I'll take the four hurdles because I think the 110 hurdles is going to be a real banger. But Broad Bell, are gonna break the national record. Get close, if not break the world record. I think goal is his once he stays healthy. So that's the only analysis I'm going to give on that.
So it's
But
for
don't
his
bet
to
that. I think
lose.
Wade would have probably said it.
Yeah, Wade
Yeah,
touched
once
on
he's
it. So you
healthy,
can
it
go
is
for the
Broad
four
Bell's goal.
hurdles.
Yeah, four hurdles. I mean, before the Santos came back this season, I was edging my bets for Shane Clark to get that bronze medal. But I tell you what, the Santos is not a normal human being. Coming back from knee injury, you know, and runs 44s, and then comes back and run 40. It's like, what, what?
Yup.
So I think if all three are healthy and able to manage the run, it's going to be very difficult for Rushing Clark to um, get into that top three. But here's the thing: it's an obstacle event. It's an
Yeah,
obstacle event, and we're going to have people who are going to be chasing people. Because I don't see the likes of the Santos and Benjamin settling for silver and bronze and all of them stuff there. They're going to go out there to win the gold. And in an obstacle event, anything can happen. So
that's
for
correct.
my advice for Shane Clark, run your race. As Wade said, go into the semifinals, try to get in the finals, get a good lane in the finals, and just run your race. If you run 47.5 or 47.4 or something like that, and you don't medal, there's no shame in that because the likes of the Santos and them are going to go 46 lows. And I think if he tries to go with them, he might find himself in a little bit of difficulty. It's
Yeah.
your first
Right.
championships. Go out, break The national record win shot Graham,
The world
47-7,
junior
go down
record as well.
yeah, break the world junior record, finish top four, top five in the world, and set yourself up for Olympics next year. As Wade said, he is heir apparent to these three, and they're still in the prime, by the way. Warholmes and Dos Santos and Benjamin, them still in them prime or getting into them prime. So they're going to be there for a little bit. But in terms of next level intermediate hurdlers, there's nobody in the world, none of them in the world that I see that is going to be able to get to that level where you're running consistent 46 other than Rushane Clark. Outside of that top three, Rushane Clark is the. Oh, I know people talk about Masters and we rate Jail and all of that, and there are some CJ Allen and all of them are come on, and the next one Squirrel Burrell and all of them. But the only person I see who's going to be consistently in that range, who is not yet in that range, is Rushane Clark. And I think he gets there as soon as next year. Listen, man, I tell you people, when I stand up to next to this dude, I am 6 foot tall and I'm looking up at him. I'm looking at his body structure at 19, and he's a machine. He's a machine. The man is built for 400 and 400 hurdles. He is,
Yes.
in terms of body type, perfect. So as he gets there, he remains focused, stays determined. He's going to do some awesome things for Jamaica. But as I said, the goal this year is probably a little less than what I thought a couple of months ago. Probably, as I said, break Winthrop Graham's national record, get down to 47 lows, finish top four, top five, and set yourself up. Break the world junior record, as Wade said. Set yourself up for next year and have a go at it next year, because next year I think is the real year when that top three, that mega three, gets a serious challenge from Machine Clark.
I believe you see, Davian, I strongly believe
Mm-hmm.
that the possibility exists that Roy Benjamin will switch next year from the 400-meter hurdles
So the four flats.
to the four flat.
I will just make a note of
Well,
that.
if you get beat up by the war boat every year the war boat come and beat you, might as well. And the 400 right now is
Especially
not very
America's
hot.
400 is very open right now. America
America,
doesn't have a 400.
listen. I keep on telling these people that the 4x4 is open and
It's
nobody is willing
open,
to listen
yes.
to me. When they listen to me,
Yes.
the
When
4x4
Norman
is
gone, when
open.
Fred Curly gone,
Norman is not in shape.
I was
Norman is
surprised
not
to
in
see his
shape.
name. I was surprised to see his name on the list as the
He's
defending
a
champion.
defending champion. He's a defending champion.
He is the
So he
defending
gets
champion.
that by. But you look at what he's done this year at 100, 200. His whole season has been. I
Subpar.
can't say that word. I can't say
Subpar.
that word. But it's
Subpar.
been horrible. It's been horrible.
Subpar.
Subpar. Let's keep the Queen's English, huh? He's been subpar.
Subpar.
So he's been subpar. Yeah? So he's been subpar. Michael Norman has been subpar. So when people talking about Michael Norman I say, what you talking about? Have you been watching what he's been doing on track? And then you look at Fred Curley. Fred Curley has switched from the 400 to the 1-2. And people say, oh, I still can. I don't know that. When you switch, it's a different regime, different things that get used. So you might very well find out that Fred Curley, if he goes out and tries to run for 43 seconds for the 400, will burn up, right? And then you look at the rest of the team, Deadman and Bryce Deadman and
And
who
Norwood
them,
and
these
Norwood
are
and
Norwood and them, they're journeymen. They're journeymen of American 400-meter running. They're
next
journeymen.
week we're
The only
next week we're talking
real,
about
hold on, man, one more minute. The only real Cadillac in that is Roy Benjamin. Roy Benjamin is the only real Cadillac on that 4x14. He's the only real person that I fear. And I tell you this, we mentioned Rushane Clark. If Rushane Clark is included in that 4x4 and we get a good opening leg from Rasheed McDonald, I think by the way, that is essential because we need a good opening leg. And I think Rashid McDonald should be on that opening leg. And if him go out there and say, yo, but tired down now talk about me. But tired down now and I
Well,
bring
he
up my
has
name
his
and
spot. He has his spot in the 400, so we'll see from there. That
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
man. So it's there. So him to use that now as motivation and go out there and murder people for the 400, for the 4x4, the first leg. Give Antonio Watson the button. Speed demon goes out hard for the first 200, cut in ahead of everybody and frighten some people, frighten the Americans, frighten the Botswanans, frighten the South
Yeah.
Africans to see Jamaica in front. That's the plan. That's the plan, Then you have Rashid McDonald, about Rashid McDonald,
Russian Clark.
Sean Clark on third leg, yeah, who I think is nobody knows how good this youth is at
Oh,
400.
Sean Bailey.
Nobody
That's so
knows,
many.
but I can. Mm, yeah, man. And then you have Sean Bailey,
Sean
the
Bailey, yes, I close
experienced
that.
4x4 man, closing it out. I see a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I see a possibility there because this American 4x4 team, I think, is the weakest I've seen in a long while. I just did
Since
some
2012.
journeyman.
Since 2012.
Some it's some journeymans. Look at the team people who's representing America in the 400 flat. How many 43 athletes are there? How many of them have ever run
Zero.
44? Some of them run
Zero.
personal best this year, 44 4 and 44 3. I'm afraid of that. 44 4 and 44 threes. I'm afraid of that and talking about it's a foregone conclusion. The Americans are going to win. 44 4 and 44 3. Now get out of
I
here,
am
man. Get
I
out of
am
here.
more worried
It's
about the
open.
Botswana. I am more worried about the
I'm more worried
Botswana
about them.
than the
Yeah.
Yeah,
United
that's
States
Than
true.
right
the
now.
Americans.
That's true.
I am worried
Yeah.
about the Botswana because
Because
even
they,
that
they,
Tobago
they
can
have
come in and run a good leg.
Tobago and all of them. Yeah. And I think he's going to run a leg. I think he's going to run a
I
leg.
I
believe
believe
so
These
so
too.
too.
these small countries with the small teams, these guys tend to do extra. Remember NASA a few years ago on the mixed relay team. I never expected her to run the mixed relay. She came out and did a little extra.
2019.
They're going to do a little extra. They're going to do a
And then
little extra
remember, she
because
came back and ran
that
44
medal,
38 after that.
exactly. So that medal means a lot more to them than perhaps even us because we're going to win double digits. For them, it's 3 or 4. So if they can get a little extra, a little brata, they're going to go out
Right.
and do the little extra thing. So they're
Yeah.
probably going to run him on that 4x4. So I'm probably looking at the Botswanans and thinking maybe they are the real threats. Maybe not the Americans. Maybe they are the real threats. Well, as I said, I set the plan out for the coaches. Um, put your it's kind of difficult, but put your egg in a Rashid basket and tell the man say, yo, when the gun go, just focus. You're running a 400, you're not running a relay. Give me one of them 44 lows there. We take a 44 3 opening leg. We take that. A 44 3 opening, even a 44 5 opening leg. And give Antonio Watson the button and tell the man, say, yo, listen, the first 200 go out hard and get in front of them. That's what you got to do. You got to get out of traffic because there's going to be traffic, and that's where people tend to lose in the 4x4. When you get in traffic, you got to shift and find your
Yeah.
way. When you're doing that, you lose a step or two. Say in this traffic that I'm expecting in that 4x4, we got to get out ahead of them. And I think Antonio was of all the people on the team. I think he has the greatest speed on that second leg to get out ahead of everybody, cut in and get Jamaica in that spot. So when we are going for the second exchange, we are exchanging from lane number one, and we don't have to cut. We go over the so in a traffic and come way back over here so in a traffic. So I set the plan out. I set the plan out. I hope somebody is listening.
I'll definitely try and see if I can tag some coaches that's over in Budapest to let them see this 4x4 set up
It is
because
signed, seal, and delivered. Davian, I agree with you 1,000% on the team. That's the exact team, exact order, and probably an exact gold medal.
Let's snap on it.
We gotta be brave.
We gotta be
That
brave.
is
We gotta be
correct.
brave, 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 brave.
Brave indeed. Brave indeed. We want to big up Monique. She won the first credit, and the answer is 11.01 seconds for Veronica Campbell Brown when she won her first title, medal, title, championship title.
Her
All
first
right, so
100-meter title, because she
100
had
meter
won her
title.
200 meters
Yes,
before that.
yes, 100-meter title. Thanks for the correction. So big up
At the
yourself.
Olympics.
You can, oh, Davian gone again. You can DM us and let us know
Your
which
network.
network, whether it's hashtag Flow or hashtag Digicel, whichever one it is that you're working with, and we'll definitely send the credit to you. We're going to post another question on Instagram, and we want you to send us the answer in the DM. Once you win, then we will definitely give you your second credit. I just want to thank everyone again for joining. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, Davian, for showing up. I really appreciate you guys being here, holding it down with me. I want to thank everyone that passed through. Big up all the persons that were in the comment section. Big up everyone that was on the live. Big up all my Instagram peeps, my Facebook peeps. Thank you so much again, guys. I just want you guys to go out and subscribe. Share the video, share it as much as possible. Watch the video. Don't be afraid to watch it. If you watch it before, watch it again, and share it. Budapest World Championship starts on the 19th, right? So we should have another live, which is next Thursday. Yeah! Which is next
Medal
Thursday.
prediction
I'm
there,
so
Sunset.
excited.
So we're
Medal
definitely gonna
prediction there.
yes, we're gonna do some predictions on that Thursday. So it's next
Alright.
Thursday. We're gonna see how best we can give away some more credit. So Digicel and Flow, please to link me so we can get some credit going out. So the people them can be happy for World Championship. All right. So again,
I'm
thank
so
you, thank you so much.
excited.
I am so excited, and I just can't hide it. You know.
Not at
So
all,
thank
not at
you again,
all.
guys.
Sunset, when it comes to World Championship, I don't know where my phone is, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'll have you on the live, so I'll
Listen,
know where you
listen,
are.
listen. When it comes around to the World Championships, and I think even more than the Olympics for me, for some reason, I mean, everybody know Olympics big and thing, I think, but I think for me personally, the fact that the World Championships is solely focused around track and field, I
Yeah.
think does it a little bit more for me. Because when you get the Olympics, all of a sudden them
Yeah, that's
switch
swimming.
to gymnastics
Swimming.
or swimming, and I'm like, why I not broke my track and field? I just want to watch track and field. I alone, nothing else. So I mean, when I get the World Championships and I get 10 straight days of just track and track and track, I wake up, I eat track, I lunch for track, I go to the bed track, mm, World Championships, man, already.
All
And
right.
this
So we
schedule
got
and this schedule, the schedule for this championship in a Davy, and it don't complicate sleep, cause me is the type of person who set my alarm for 1:30 and 2:30 in the morning. I may have the remote side of me on the bed. No, this championship is right in the day, early in the night. The finals are done by 10 o'clock. We can be in bed by 11. And tomorrow morning we'll wake up again, no losing sleep, 3
Listen,
o'clock. But this campaign set
listen,
up to be real nice.
listen.
and it's gonna be fun.
Yes, it is. It is
We're
going to be.
gonna stream live for that next week Thursday. We're gonna see how best we can have live updates. Whether it's on Instagram or we can have live updates over here. All right, so I want you guys to help me to push the page as much as possible so we can have, people, because really and truly, persons are looking for, you know, information, updates over by Sandy Lifestyle. And I really, really appreciate that. And I just want to tell everyone that has been following on the different platforms, thank you so much. Thank you. And it doesn't stop here. So we're gonna see our best that we can post, whatever it is on our platforms. All right, so see you guys next week, Thursday. Thank you again for, coming over and holding down the fort with me. Thank you, Davian. Thank you, Wade.
All
Bye.
right,
Bye,
sounds like next
everyone.
week.
Alrighty.
See you next week. Next week. See you folks.
Bye.
Bye.